Yeah, because of the opening, right? Like the fact that you had it was like Omni, Monkey King, and Sand King. That doesn't really instill a lot of hope. But
Yeah,
I feel like this Batrider has kind of at least answered some of the questions that they needed to answer, because it's one of those active heroes that pairs well with Sand King. You know, Sand King with a blink, Batrider with the bots BKB. You're constantly taking these cheaper fights that it might force into the breach to never really get into the correct position to utilize their heroes. So, yeah, I honestly think that these drafts are. It's not like, you know, some 70-30. It's actually pretty even.
Okay.
It's more about like kind of who plays the map a bit better.
And anyway, T as well as the British expert, you know, tell me about the new Brit on the block here. You know, on into the breach. Fake Gamer, aka Bill. What do we know about this lad playing the morph?
Well, Fake Gamer, aka Bill, aka Erez, some might know, he played in a lot of national ESL tournaments, bouncing between ESL UK and ESL Germany. He played on a team called... I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, because I'm going to butcher the pronunciation. But either way, just let it know. Yes. I know the team. It's like Mustershive or something. Yeah, there we go. He's around rank 250. He's a big Monkey King player. It's one of his best heroes. Morphling's up there pretty too. And yeah, he's getting bullied a lot in bot.
He is. Yeah, give him a right chase down. But he'll be fine. As fine as you can be. He'll still get himself over to lane and tango up. We'll have to be a little bit careful. But he should be fine. I mean, so, you know, obviously, the panel was talking about the fact that you have, in CHILLAX, a lot of melee into heroes that can heavily punish the melee. But you think, what, sort of in the last two picks, CHILLAX were able to resolve that problem quite nicely with the Drow and the Bat?
I think the Drow helps you deal with the Morphling. Yeah. It does not help you at all with the team fight jump, because, you know, it's very squishy hero Drow. Obviously, it's kind of hard. But I think it's the idea of Batrider helps pick this apart. We've seen it so many times in games where a team that has better team fight never gets to have that perfect fight, because they're always being aggressed. They're always having to react to a lot of engagements, playing underneath no vision. And that's where, like, I think Sand King as a hero, for example, an earlier pick, super high value, because you're always jumping, you're always like initiating, poking and prodding. And I think you pair that with this Batrider, you know, into the breach. Why they've struggled throughout 2 tours of DPC is because after laning phase, they can feel a little bit disconnected sometimes. They can fall victim to overreacting, and that's why I kind of see it a little bit even. But if this was maybe different teams playing, I'd maybe have a different read on it. But yeah, I feel like this is... I feel like Bat, if he pops off, this could be a really, really hard game. Like, if Bat, I mean, crushes it.
We'll see. So far in the mid lane, pretty even. 10-2 against the 8-1 between MTD and Xantic. And on that top lane, you know, once again, seeing the Omni Knight support come in. Do you sort of value this hero at the moment in the support position? You know, how highly do you rate this hero?
You have to be a certain type of support player to want to play Omni Knight, you know?
Sure,
you literally waddle around.
It's not the most explosive hero to play.
Not at all. But in competitive, for sure, I think it's pretty high value, right? Any hero that provides heal and kind of gotcha, you've initiated poorly and I can turn it around, always will have high value. You just need to make sure that you cover it within the draft. So, yeah, I enjoy the hero. I think it's very good right now.
Sutana, they'll take their quick trip back to the base. Doesn't want to waste any of his regen. Take the time to walk back out. I'm seeing so far for both teams' safe laners, definitely much more of a tough time being had on the top lane by Pleb. Only the 9 CS so far, whereas down on the bottom, Fake Gamer's already picked up 16. So, and then having twice as easy of a lane as the Drow.
Yeah, Omni Knight's not the hero that you want to help you hit the CS, right? Like, he's keeping you alive and then kind of waddling back away, you know? Like, he's not stopping the 2v1 bully, so I for sure expect Drow to have a hard time. Yeah. As soon as Tanner wants to, you know, soul rip decay into spear from Chessie, like, you can see from the positioning, Omni Knight's always just at a distance, unable to help. So yeah, this Drow should, in theory, have a much worse time than a Morphling, for example. You can see from there, like, he's just kind of there.
Bottom lane.
Ooh.
Trying to make a bit of a guard to the morph, but Fake Gamer's able to turn. He'll get the first blood as MNT's caught low and a waveform finishes him off. So first blood for the Morphling that's already having pretty much free farm down here. So a very solid start. Top lane, a completely different story for Pleb carrying here for CHILLAX as he gets taken down. Lodine as well will fall into the breach, already coming in with some big hits in this lane.
They get the tombstone though on the Omni Knight, 125. So much value coming out from Tanner as well.
Yeah, he's, I mean, not sticking true to the name of Undying. He's doing quite the opposite, but it's working well for the lane. Doing it in a safe manner.
Yeah, exactly, right? The fact that the first time he was able to wrap around the tower, no one got the XP. Second time, you know, no XP shared. High value stuff coming from the Undying. Not often do you get to do that on that hero because there's always someone chasing you down, but he's been given 2 nice scenarios to be able to put it off, and that's what's going to even further make this offlane devastating and super powerful. It's because this Undying has 0 resource issues.
Of course, with all the action on the side lanes, the mid lane, nothing too exciting really. Still remains very much even. So they make a bit of an attempt towards Tanner. He's, of course, TP back out to lane, so no chance to TP out. He will have Chessie come over to help push back on Pleb, so Pleb won't be able to stay locked down onto Tanner. Doesn't mean that Pleb turns his attention over towards Chessie, but a nice spear locks back the Drow. Lodine tries with the body blocks, but Chessie's able to make his way around, and the 2 of them will be fine.
I will say the Hammer of Purity was such a nice addition to Omni Knight. It just feels like, you know, we said earlier about you not really doing much, but having this spell, that extra little bit of, you know, damage, throwing it around. I think it was like, it used to be the shard, being able to right click and have it, but I think it's a nice putting it into his main skill set and taking away Degen Aura.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Degen Aura was so boring.
It really was. It's got to be one of the most. I mean, do you ever buy this? You never even get the shard right when you play Omni Knight.
Depends if you're doing the Echo Saber Skadi shard rush build where you're trying
that sounds pretty fun actually.
Yeah, you're seeing it,
Oh, top lane Tanner.
Oh,
he's going to keep himself alive with the Decay and the Soul Rip. He's going to be fine. He steps back to safety. The zombies are chasing down Lodine. Lodine goes down. Pleb is trying to get the tombstone, but he's taken a lot of damage for this. As, is he able to live? He's running, but I think they've got the chase down. They do. Another kill for Chessie. Now on a killing spree. And Tanner will do it again. It's the 3rd time in 6 minutes that Tanner's been able to masterfully choose when to kill himself to the tower. And it's working out. I mean, this top lane, it's rough for CHILLAX. And into the breach, they're looking to punish that immediately with Xantic coming in, using the Exorcism to go for an early tier 1 tower. And one that's not going to be protected at all by CHILLAX. You know, pre-7 minutes, this top safe lane has just been completely destroyed by Into the Breach.
Yeah, and that was just a really nice chain of moves, right? You know, J4 moving to mid lane, DP going to top. Like, there was 0 XP wasted on the map. They take away this tier 1 tower, and this is kind of the biggest struggle for the draft right now for CHILLAX. Is they need, as you see here, MTD. He has to be present in any engagement to find a kill. Like, if MTD's here, Into the Breach will just bleed, they'll struggle. You know, they can't really stop him unless they have a well-placed tombstone, arena onto the bat, plus a grip or something. So I think CHILLAX will identify that. They're not going to be too upset by losing this tower. They just need to make sure that they are now in a position to defend this mid-tier 1. They can't lose this one for free to the next EXO.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll see Pleb now stick safely towards that triangle side of the map. Top lane, MNT still checking things out here. She's got eyes on the 2 of them. He's going to try and make the move on to J4. They've got the 3 of them here, so J4 should be in a whole world of trouble here. No escape for him. CHILLAX able to get another support kill up top.
Yeah, MTD is kind of getting fat.
Or Pleb.
Killing off the Undying.
They're going to try and chase him down. The tombstone's been dropped. TP's come in though. Lodine's going to be able to help out a little bit. Is it enough though? These zombies and the siphons, it hurts, and there's nothing that Lodine can do to further try and save Pleb. But now the arena's out, they'll take the Omni Knight down as well. Quick move as they identify that with that play that CHILLAX have made up top onto J4, it was unlikely they were going to be able to turn up and save Pleb from finding himself in a position as deep as or dangerously as close to the river as he was there around that small camp.
Yeah, and you can see it from, look at the aggressive vision right now from Into the Breach. They've got the ward in front of the tier 2 tower. Yeah. They've got the one by the Ancients as well. Like, anywhere that Drow moves to farm defensively, they will be able to run it. And Into the Breach, they're doing a really good job right now at punishing the fact that Sanking needs Blink Dagger. Batrider needs probably bots, maybe, you know, just to be present with the move speed. And until that point, any fight they go for, they should be able to win because they have this early advantage. They have the earlier damage. You know, when you have supports of Omni Monkey King, they're not really going to be doing much.
I see MTD go for things here. They've got the Epicenter as well. Omi's in with the Burrow Strike. Xantic is still alive, but the final right click from MTD will, you know, get the job done. So they do get him. So if they can get more, maybe they can turn towards Chessie. They've got the Napalm stacks building up. Good knockback with the Flame Break. Another Burrow Strike. CHILLAX, they'll get the 2 kills in mid.
Well, that's the cool thing about DP versus Batrider is the DP, if you get the Siphon off pre-Lasso and like inside the Firefly, you pretty much will be healthy. And then the Batrider relies on that +1. And again, like we mentioned, luckily the Sanking was there. He is the other component of early game damage for CHILLAX. So they were able to kind of all in and kill off this DP. But this is kind of the signs of where CHILLAX need to move towards in the later portions and into the breach. They have to be careful. If these two heroes in the same area, you know, heroes can die, but they can play with the confidence if they see them split across the map, and that's where they're going to see, you know, Morph needs to push in top quite hard, get someone to defend, then you make a move elsewhere. Defending the ward. Oh, nice.
Keeping their eyes around this mid lane. They don't want to leave it open for Xantic to be able to run it down with an Exorcism. And Pleb continue to play the catch-up game. Currently 1,000 gold behind the progress of Fake Gamers Morph. Dragonlance is done. As long as his team can maintain control around their triangle, should be fine. But as we mentioned earlier, this is all being spotted out by that ward, and
nice scan.
Should be enough information for Pleb to not get caught by this.
This is gonna sound crazy, but oh wait, they're wrapping onto mid first. Okay, nice D ward.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But like taking this top tower so early was actually really bad for Mars because he's been somewhat displaced for like the last 3 minutes, where he's finally been able to farm bottom, and he's like 1k less net worth than Sanking. Like it's actually pretty difficult for Chessie.
Nice jump here from Ownme. Comes in with a 2-man Burrow Strike. Use J4, not a single chance to react. They'll turn over towards Tanner as well. We'll drop the ult, and he has got a Xantic here to help out. The Wukong's command is down from MNT, but it isn't enough damage straight over to get Tanner. The Flame Break comes through. He'll heal himself up with the Soul Rip, but the burn will finish him off as MTD gets the kill. Now another jump. Ownme going for more. The follow-up lasso's there. They're dragging back at Xantic. TPs are coming in to try and have him out, but the Napalm's already stacked up. It's 3 kills for CHILLAX in the mid. There's nothing that Into the Breach are able to do in response, and now these two, they've got to be careful. It's Chessie and Fake Gamer have got to be cautious. Chessie's going to get caught. Another one. CHILLAX, they just keep the kills coming in. Into the Breach, they're losing heroes one by one here around the mid. Fake Gamer's trying to battle back. They've got a TP coming in. He's looking to chase down MNT, and he won't be able to quite finish him off. Tanner is in, so Fake Gamer's safe. But big aggression there from CHILLAX, getting 4 kills back to back, and Into the Breach just completely unprepared.
Yeah, it was the value of the Blink Dagger and Sanking, right? That you kind of, it was pretty sloppy from Into the Breach, just kind of walking throughout the river. The Bane gets picked off first, no Nightmare, no grip, of course, and then Undying then obviously dies. He puts the Tombstone down, no value, and then you have like the 1-by-1 TP, everyone going, oh, gotta fight now. So I think Into the Breach, like the biggest punishment I've seen from a Blink Dagger on Sanking at 12 minutes, you know, killing 4+ heroes. So yeah, if you're Into the Breach, they need to be a little bit more concise with their moves. You know, Mars is recovering bot lane, Morph's free farming the triangle. You can't have your 2 supports trying to like poke and prod in the river and do these things. You know, that's the type of move that will give the pickoffs to Batrider, to Sanking, allow Drow to farm up a little bit longer in the triangle, and make the game a lot more even than it probably should have been after the start of this game.
He owned me. Hanging around in the trees, probably doesn't want to make a jump. A little show, but as a sentry down, he knows not to play it too risky. He's away.
Yeah, I say it every time that Into the Breach plays CHILLAX, but it's so poetic. You know, the Tanner, he used to play with Owned Me on a team called Evil Corp, it was one of the first teams that I saw have UK players on it, be it Tanner. They never qualified, but they would always be like the second or third place team in open qualifiers. And now they're against each other in DPC.
Yeah, I mean, they made it to DPC. Oh, we're going to see who's going to make it out to be the better player and the better team. So far this game, I mean, Into the Breach we're off to a hot start, but it feels like CHILLAX are getting some pretty good momentum. Both MTD and Owned Me doing very well with the moves that they're making space for Pleb to catch up as the Drow. Definitely going to be a bit of a concern here for Into the Breach as the moments pass, or at least a lot of trust that Fake Gamer and his Morph is going to be just able to outright carry this game if they do continue to fall further behind as a team.
Yeah, and if you click on Fake Gamer right now, he's about 4 ultimate orbs away from being confident. That's the Morphling. His quick buy is truly beautiful. That's
true, actually. Yeah. Well, with his next 3 items.
Malenkins, Muscati, and then I'll be good. All right, he's not leaving the jungle until he's got all of it.
I mean, do you think that's actually the case? Like he does just want to farm all of this before he wants to turn up. Like that's actually the plan.
I mean, if it was UK, I mean it's UK Dura, I wouldn't be surprised. But I would hope that buying a Manta would shift him to take a fight, win the fight, reset, farm the next item, take another fight, like go,
sure,
distribute the farm and fight. I'm sure everyone's, watched these guides on YouTube, how to win MMR, it's not AFK jungle 20 minutes. So I really hope he doesn't fully invest into that.
Because both teams as well, when you sort of take the carries out of the equation, you see the kind of the 4v4s going on. Oh, there's mid lane, good spear. Arena's down, there's no escape. Good jump. Ownby's going to try and get back in for a counter play, but it's not enough damage to the epicenter on its own. So Into the Breach will stay alive, and for all the good moves that MTD and Ownby make, that one sort of jumping the gun a little bit will cause both of them to end up getting taken down, and now good space for Into the Breach to maybe hit onto the tower with the Exorcism.
Yeah, especially when Bat was so close to BKB, he just started getting completed there. That's the type
Jesse!
Of move that can...
Oh, nice angle. He comes in with a spear into Pleb. Not enough damage or any sort of stun to get on top of him after he gets pushed through, but a good attempt. And they get the objective that they came for. The tower goes down. Fake Gamer himself able to take the last hit on it. That was,
all right.
They've got to be careful there. I mean, as I said, like the two of them, MTD and Ownby, have sort of been carrying CHILLAX to this point where they were able to get the lead, but they kind of threw it all away there with that little jump in the mid lane, losing the 2 of them. See a smoke up for CHILLAX. They want to try and get that momentum back. And that's MTD.
They have the BKB on Batrider.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they got the BKB, they got the lasso. They just need to find a core kill. They can't be running into a Bane. That's why they're pivoting towards mid lane. Ooh. That's nice little retreat there.
He's got his
very
BKB
defensive right now from Into the Breach.
Yeah. And they know that the hunt's going to be on with the lasso up. And they themselves with the Exorcism on cooldown, not really having too many intentions to fight. Wait for their own ults. Just make sure that Fake Gamer at all chances is getting the space, and that he's back on track to really blowing up that difference between him and Pleb. 2k difference here between the Morph and the Drought.
I really hope. So Undying just picked up a shard. I really hope that they look towards Roshan after this next fight.
So what we get here, MTD, he's going to be in on top of J4. J4's going to get left behind. So what the rest of the team can do, any further catch? Doesn't look like it. Into the Breach. Keep themselves well away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, MTD's got this invis. He's seeing if he can
so
maybe
much
get in.
Right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's still
There's
got the lasso. Oh, but they've got a sentry down. They're going to see him, but they're not going to react in time. There's the lasso's out. There's the arena, but there's the jump epicenter. And CHILLAX are back to taking these team fights. And immediately kill off the 2. Now they'll turn for more. MNT's able to get the Wukong's command down. They'll bring down Tanner. It's Fake Gamer that's got to run. It's just him and J4. J4 will hold back Ownby with the Nightmare. Still, it's able to be taken off by Lodine. They get the Burrow Strike off. Fake Gamer goes for the TP away. They've got nothing to stop it. He'll escape. But big moves there, and I mean, underneath the sentry, I feel that maybe there could have been a bit of a quicker reaction there from Into the Breach. They did sort of hesitate, despite seeing this Invis bat on top of them, when they knew he had the lasso, right? That was always going to be the move, but just not able to make any sort of play in time. As CHILLAX, they'll just run away with the team fight.
Yeah, very much was Atlantic not getting the BKB off. When you see the bat in that position, you know, he's only got bots BKB. It's not like bat's going to suddenly be able to blink out, oh, you've seen me, you know? You have to pop that BKB. You have to be ready to just commit to the engagement and try and take the fight. It was a beautiful arena, but, you know, owned me on the Sand King, so quick to reinitiate there. Yep. But I love the fact that Into the Breach, they just get wiped, but they're instantly into rush. They're instantly just trying to make something happen. Because, like, every fight they've lost has been because they've just been picked off and not really used any of their spells.
I mean, MTD's got BKB back up in a second, so he could look to try and go for a steal. Let's see what they can do. Off to the side, they've already caught J4, Soul Repeal comes in, and we'll keep him live. In they go with the BKBs, the Burrow Strike as well. Roshan falls, and MTD is able to grab it, gets the Aegis, and they'll look to take this fight. Xantix put the BKB, trying to stay on top of MMT. Chessie comes in with the arena, he's caught MTD, but MTD doesn't care, as he has that Aegis, and Chessie knows he won't try and commit to get the kill, or even the first sort of attempt on the bat's life. Now the chase will continue from CHILLAX, Flame Break to knock back J4 into the reach of the arrows of Pleb. They'll bring down the Bane, they'll keep it going. Boundless Strike down onto Tanner, a second kill for CHILLAX. They're not done yet, they're looking for more. And Xantix will catch him with the silence, but Omi closing the gap here with the blink. Looks like Fake Gamer and Chessie will be fast enough to get out of there. But it was always going to be the risk, trying to commit for Roshan. They knew that they had the vision, they went for the D-Ward, and with that, CHILLAX immediately heading over. And just yet, the timing on the BKB coming back up, perfect for MTD to allow him to go for this aggressive play into the pit.
I think the unfortunate thing for Into the Breach here is the fact that you have your Bane, he's super far out in the river, instantly going down. If he was in the pit, he would just be gripping the Batrider, preventing the steal. And then you have like Undying kind of bodying and buffering and not allowing the Drow to quickly get in and get those right clicks. So I feel like a little bit of disconnect of who should be the one frontlining and covering the Roshan prevented what could have been a really nice quick steal of the Aegis and then a quick retreat back to the triangle. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, J4 just not in the best position to help his team out there.
Radiant are scanning. Radiant's middle tower
CHILLAX
is under attack.
immediately seeing if they could find something down bottom, but wasn't to be the case. I'll get onto the creep wave and most certainly try and push for these tier 2s now with the Aegis safely in the hands of MTD. I'll catch it again whilst we have this pause. That earlier moment underneath the sentry, MTD does show himself as he comes into the lane. Yeah, it was a good attempt from Chessie to sort of rectify the fact that they didn't get that jump there and just capitalize on the idea that they knew the rest of CHILLAX would be behind them. But as it was, CHILLAX's team fight just too strong and owned me again on top of this sort of Sand King performance, having a very, very good time. Again, both for him and MTD, apart from those 1 deaths in the mid, MTD 10-1-4 this game, owned me 3-1-7.
Yeah, when Onmi plays these initiators, like these Pangoliers or Sand Kings, he is, as soon as he gets like that one item to get the fight going, he's always there, always making the fight. And I think it's early days because I've only seen a couple Sand King games from him, but what separates him, it feels like he always goes for like the bigger Burrow Strike epis. Like he's not going for the I'm starting with the I stunned one guy, take the fight. Like he's always waiting a couple seconds for the fight to slightly break out and then he enters. And you can see how much effect it has just with a little bit of patience.
Well, he's going to try and get the setup here onto J4. J4 will attempt to get out with the Nightmare to buy him some time, but it won't work. He's down. MTD immediately in to see if he can turn this into another kill as he got the chase onto Tanner. Not back with a Flame Break. He has got the lasso. He'll use it. He commits to get the lockdown onto Tanner. Drags him back in close towards loading. And owned me. And Tanner nowhere to run. He goes down. The tower as well is taken. CHILLAX continue to push on here, using this Aegis to their benefit. And Into the Breach really starting to struggle now, falling 6k down.
Yeah, they have to wait for probably Mars BKB and then Morphling to, you know, looking for the Lincolns, but yeah, just any of the next items, because these fights, every single time, it's just Bane or Undying just dying first, and then like Into the Breach just kind of throw numbers into the tail end of the engagement. I feel, you know, once you get the BKB on Mars, the Lincolns on Morphling, they're going to be able to be a little bit stronger, a little bit more upfront, allowing for the Bane Undying to position a little bit more defensively. But yeah, CHILLAX have played just a beautiful skirmishing style, just non-stop in their face, playing as 5 and just kind of utilizing this mid-game strength that their lineup does have.
And do you like the sort of progression from MNT this game, shifting into that sort of support turn carry with his build?
Man, I'm a big fan of the Mage Slayer. I've been buying it for months, and everyone flames me. I kind of like Mage Slayer. I always have. It's just been the build-up's just a bit too meh. But nowadays, 7.31, I'm liking it.
Yeah,
the main thing, the main reason, just to give context, is the fact that unlike other heroes, Monkey King can apply it from his Boundless. So he doesn't have to be some awkward hero, running in, getting the right click. He can, from a distance, safely apply it and prevent some of that damage.
Oh, smoke up. Oh, we did get that lucky neutral find there for Pleb as the Drow, getting the Grove Bow. Always the one that you hope for. And let's see what they can get with this smoke into the breach. It's going to be tricky. It's a smoke into the Aegis. And you can see so that the hesitation, they're not able to instantly catch someone alone. They know that they're going to be jumping into a full 5-man fight. And they don't really want to do that quite yet. Not until at least Fake Gamer's made the call that he's ready to turn up. He's got the Lincolns done. He's going to start working on his Skadi. Queued up the Satanic as well afterwards. So it does look to be that at this point now, when they're down a decent amount, Fake Gamer is probably making that call that's, just let me AFK farm, get these items, then I'll be big, then I'll be strong, and I'll be able to carry this game. I mean, it seems like that's the way they're leaning. Yeah.
It does feel like that, I think, because when a team is built around skirmishing and pickoffs and going for the quick stuns and grabs, like, that's normally pretty weak at high ground, right? Like, underneath the cover of tier 3s, a failed initiation, it's pretty hard. So I can see why, but, into the breach, they counter that and go, no, we're just going to smoke up.
All right.
Like, I feel like if you're into the breach, like, they've not had a clean 5-on-5 fight where they've been able to execute their spells, right? Like, it's actually been kind of surprising. And this might be the one opportunity they have under their own smoke with their initiation, but everyone's here.
Oh, who's going to get the jump? It's going to be Ownby. He's straight away in there, and they've got the lasso follow-up. A Nightmare will come out to buy some sort of protection for Azantic. Will allow him to get the BKB off as well as the Ghost. And the stun over onto MNT. They'll take down the Monkey King. See what they can move for now as Fake Gamer's hiding in the trees. On the side, Pleb laying out the barrage of arrows to shoot down another, but they've lost a second. Gust to push them back, but they're on top of Pleb. It's going to be 3 kills for them. Ownby's trapped in the trees. One final Burrow Strike. Actually, no, he's not trapped. They're trapped. Comes in with a Burrow Strike. He's taken down a Azantic. Tanner dying here to the illusions of the Drow. As it looked like it was going to be okay for Into the Breach until it really wasn't. Chessie is able to TP away there in those last moments. I mean, Azantic was popping off. They were getting the damage done. But Ownby survives. And so, Chessie's just dead. All right, okay, MTD's there ready for him. And he actually dies at the end of it all.
Oh, oh poor Chessie. I mean, it looked pretty cool.
It looked like a decent start. Yeah, we'll see it again on the replay. You know, they kind of get the first 3 kills. And this is even with them being jumped on like this.
Yeah, and this is it. So they get jumped. And the issue here is, you see at the top, J4, he actually he dies inside the Wukongs. And from that point, look how disconnected it is. Ads at the top side, Tanner on the bottom, Fake Gamer on the right. They're taking, 3 different separate fights, and it looks pretty good because they kill off the supports at the start, but then they walk into this awkward choke point underneath the sandstorm. Firefly then coming through, Skadi in full effect. It was a cool start or concept of being aggressive from Into the Breach, but the execution again just wasn't there. The Bane dying inside Wukong's, not having the single target of jump this hero, 3 heroes hit him, a little bit messy, and CHILLAX instantly capitalize on that. When they have the lead, they have the freedom to not be so clean in the fights because, again, they have the item advantage.
Where they go, CHILLAX. Ready for more. Chessie does jump in with the counter play. He's got the arena down. Has Ownby again, though, in with the Blink Burrow Strike Epi. As they take out both Chessie and Tanner immediately to start things off. They've got the lasso to lock down at Azantic. It's 3 dead. Fake Gamer's got to run. As he's got the Lincolns, it's going to be popped here, so the Burrow Strike still comes in. He'll turn into the Sand King, get up to the high ground, but once again, CHILLAX getting 3 kills, only losing a support themselves. Now 14k up, building this lead. And yeah, the damage sort of, not just this team fight really, but just the overall game. Each and every time, Only does seem to be there with the epicenter, just killing these heroes all across the place. I mean, 6-1 and 13, continues to have a fantastic game, and now setting up for CHILLAX to be able to push to the high ground. MTD is already straight up towards the tier 4s here, threatening both Fake Gamer and J4. That's the fortification out.
Should push them, yeah, should push them back here. But no, yeah, Only right now, 100% candidate for, you know, MVP of game 1. Like, it is, anytime there's someone who's been grouped up or they've broken out of a smoke, he's instantly been there, you know, getting 2-man Burrow Strikes, if not more. Now going for a Kaya. Would love to know if he's going to be completing this into, like, the E-Blade, or if he's just keeping it as a casual Kaya for this, you know, the mid-game damage he's providing.
Oh. Talking about Owensby, they're going to get the jump. And with the spear, they'll take him down. That's sort of the ideal kill to get at the start of any move here with the amount of issues that Only's been creating. So they take him down, and Lodin. Roshan's block it's going to be back up in 20 seconds. So they will have a bit of a window here where they could go for this whilst the Sand King's not in the game.
This is actually perfect. We were just praising, you know, Sand King, and they find the pickoff. They're running in and getting him. Good to see that he's also, what is it? Yeah, Tanner's positioned inside the pit. They've clearly timed Roshan. They know it should be up.
Now they got
any second now.
I mean, do they just sort of commit for this quick, pop the exorcism? Or yeah, maybe they do it without Morph's damage being high. Yeah, they shouldn't need the
Sand King has buy though.
Oh, they'll find MNT on the tree. Another bit of an easy kill for Into the Breach. They take that, and they'll move into the pit. And well, with 3 dead on CHILLAX, they'll have no problem taking this. They don't need to commit any ults. Or at least not the exorcism. They can save that for the push afterwards. Now we get the shard, and Xantic will take that.
Oh, the good old nice little siphon. 3 seconds means you're feared for 2. Very good shard. Of course, before patch it was 4 seconds. So a nice little, kind of a quality of life change there, just allowing DP to get the fear off a little bit earlier. It was just awkward trying to play for 4 seconds. But yeah, nice little chain of events there. CHILLAX just getting a little bit too relaxed, because they, yeah, just a couple pickoffs and straight away Roshan. This is the beauty of Dota. If you lay off for 1 second.
We'll see top Tanner. Didn't quite get the message from the rest of the team to get out of there. He stays behind a little too long. He'll go down. Next time is done on Fake Gamer though. Not only just holding the Aegis, but also has finished that Satanic. So you know, on paper, this man's very hard to kill. He's got all the needed items. There's the jump. Let's see what they can do. He's got the Satanic pop. They'll start to heal up, but the lasso is there. Arena's down. That'll be the Aegis popped. See a buyback coming from Tanner. They know that they have to protect their Morph. The silence does come out straight away, and with the Satanic use, he's got nothing else to protect himself. But J4 in with the Nightmare, doesn't matter. Pleb's going to do the damage. So never mind that. They have no trouble killing this Morph. Despite all the items that he had, he dies twice. And Xantic's going to go for the BKB TP out. He will make it. But that is Morph out of the game for over a minute. I thought he'd maybe stand better a chance with the amount that he farmed up. I think he did as well, but he didn't. They dealt with him very easily twice.
And if you look at the minimap, right, there are 2 dire wards on the high ground that have lasted from before the Aegis attempt into right about now. And that's what allowed CHILLAX to get that simple initiation on the Morphling. They saw for a brief second that Morph was slightly disconnected. And if they perfectly break the Lincolns into stun, into chain CC and Drow right clicks, you can kill him twice. So just perfect initiation from CHILLAX, and it's a product of the vision still being up for, you know, the last 3-4 minutes of the game. They're playing, you know, no cares. They're just non-stop go. It's beautiful to see.
Absolutely, yeah. I have made this game pretty tough indeed for Into the Breach. It's just Into the Breach not quite having the jumps that they've needed. Whereas, as we can see again, CHILLAX, they know exactly when to pounce or come in with the counter plays. And they've been pretty much winning every skirmish that Into the Breach have dared bring towards them. 2 sets of racks down. And CHILLAX, they definitely can keep pushing here. They're not going to be too concerned with the defense that Into the Breach can pull off. They can also take their time. There's not really too much rush from them. They're up 20k. And as we've seen, even though Morph's got the farm, it does not matter. CHILLAX, they have the means to take him down.
Yeah, and like, if you look at the Drow, right, it's a product of the itemization. Drow, of course, with the shard, there's hypothermia. 10% for every stack reduces healing. You then apply that with a Skadi as well, also reducing healing. You're going to have this overwhelming amount of just no regeneration. And then Morphling, you're then getting this, the Drow procs of the marksmanships. You're not able to regen as a Morph. Like, it's actually really hard to play in this 1v1 matchup unless you are on top of the Drow, preventing the marksmanship with a stun, you know, etc. Like, yeah, everything has to go right for Morph to beat Drow in a ranged one-on-one when there's no other, you know, intervention. And we're seeing it in these fights, right? Like that Aegis, like how quickly did Morph die after Aegis? It was just like 3-4 right clicks from the Drow. It's just gone.
Ooh. Chesty. Oh my goodness. Good job he was out of range of those arrows. They do hurt.
There is nothing that can stop this man.
They did smoke up here into the breach.
And he's got, oh, I didn't see, he's got a growth burst. He's had that for some time, to be fair.
He's having a great
it's the
time.
small things in life, yeah. He's having a great time.
A big turnaround from the laning stage. You know, it was not a fun, safe lane for CHILLAX, but now look where he's come to. He's doing very well for himself, pleb.
The drums have been beaten. They're going.
Beautiful.
These are the best smokes because you poke your head up the high ground, and if there's like a random, you know, Bane Undying here, dead. Already a 4v5. But Into the Breach have just left their base. They might even find the pickoffs here.
Straight away. No hesitation there from
is.
MTD. He'll take the quick grab on J4. And there's the jump. Chessie walks up, but Omi's just in on top of him before he can react. As Chessie goes down, buybacks will come out from the two of them. Tanner to fall. Let's see what they can do with these buybacks. Chessie, he's in with the arena. Spears out. Onmi's already managed to break himself free with the Burrow Strike. You see Fate Gamer taken down, and they'll just call it. They know they can't take team fights right now. As GG's called, CHILLAX, they'll take this game 1. And Into the Breach, I mean, I really sort of feel they felt, as you sort of said, that they would, you know, the fact that they have this